howdy, hey party people, it's Frido from PonZiTV, and I'd like to start off by wishing everybody a happy first day of Hanukkah. We missed that day? Merry Christmas! We're late for that too? How about Kwanzaa? When's Kwanzaa? Apparently not in the middle of January. And nobody could bother to tell me this before I started recording. I mean, come on, it's recording, and I already had this thing planned. It's gonna it's ruined. It's ruined. Happy place. So, as I've just now been informed, it is now officially 2015. Yay! Happy New Year, everybody! Yay! So, to celebrate, I'm going to go through my top 10 list of games that I'm anticipating in 2015. A couple disclaimers. This is my list. It might be different than your list, but feel free to crap on my list anyway. Now that we got that out of the way, number 10. Space Engineers for the Xbox One. I picked up this game on the Steam Summer Sale last year, and I had fun with it. Basically, it's like Minecraft in space. I really don't need to go much further. So, I already played the game. Why is this on my top 10 list of games I'm excited for? Well, one, I haven't played it since the Steam Summer Sale, like a month after the Steam Summer Sale. And a lot of things have changed since then. Like, for instance, when I first started, it was just the Lego building blocks. You put them together, you put the engines on it, bing bang boom, you got a ship. I was going to call it a boat. They're not boats. But now they have all these gadgets and gizmos and pistons and pustons and whatever. You can even now program your own scripts, like literally computer programming, like Leet Hacksaw stuff, to make your ships do even more crazy things. It's like how people use the redstone in Minecraft to build a fully functioning computer. Except that fully functioning computer is a tool that you use to build ships in Space Engineers. So with it being released on the Xbox One, it makes me think that there's going to be a full-on release. Meaning, it's no longer going to be in early access. Hopefully, it's not just going to be on the Xbox One forever, but it might come to the PS4, which is what I have. I don't have an Xbox One. Number 9. Gang Beasts official release for the PS4 and the PC. If you remember, we did a Let's Play on it. It was actually our newest video aside from this one, which was in November. Wow, it's been a long time. I love the physics-based combat in that, and I'd like to see what the full-on release will entail. Mostly I'm looking forward to new goofy costumes, updated graphics, and maybe online functionality. That would be really cool. Number 8. Silent Hills. This is the first game on the list that I haven't actually played yet. Although I did play PT, the playable teaser that was released at some point last year, that scared the bejesus out of everybody and made everybody super hyped all in one fell swoop. Myself included. I'm also particularly excited because this will be my first Silent Hill game. And Silent Hill has that reputation of being balls to the wall, absolutely maddeningly scary. Which, I'm a masochist. Bring it on. I will cry. I will have to wear rubber pants. But by damn will I play this game. Number 7. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Edition. We're back to games that I've played already. I've played through Dark Souls 2. I played it on the PS3 when it came out, like the day that it came out, and possibly for 2 weeks straight after that, only taking breaks to pee and go to work. I bought it again for the PC. I bought all the DLCs. I played through everything. I didn't beat the DLCs yet, but that's besides the point. I played all of it. I played through everything. So why do I care about the Scholar of the First Sin Edition? Well, it's getting a graphics update. So what I'm hoping for is that it brings back the dark lighting that required the torch that people were excited about when Dark Souls 2 was announced, but then was scaled back for hardware limitations of DirectX 9 on the PC and hardware limitations of the PS3 and Xbox 360, which made some people a little upset because they liked the idea of being forced to choose between, well, do I want to be more defensive but not be able to see what's going to hit me? Or do I want to be able to see what's going to hit me and have literally no way of defending myself other than my weapon, my quick wits, and reflexes? Aside from that, new NPCs were announced, and for lore buffs like myself in the Dark Souls community, this is particularly exciting, hearing new viewpoints, possibly getting some new side quests, maybe some new bits of equipment. That seems really cool. And Dark Souls... Aside from that, we're getting a bunch of new NPCs, which for lore buffs like myself means more backstory, which is always awesome in a game that gives you as little story up front as it can manage without being completely uninteresting, almost like Destiny's idea of a story. I said it. Also, the Scholar of the First Sin edition is going to have a rebalancing of all the weapons in the game in preparation for its now 6-player online functionality, as opposed to the original 4, which for PvP players such as myself, the prospect of having to fight for your life against 5 other players just seems exhilarating and as Dark Soulsy as you can get. Number 6, The Order 1886. I just recently got into looking into the development of this game, but it actually looks pretty cool. It looks like a steampunky Gears of War, which I have no objections to. Gears of War had a really good story. The team firefight mechanics worked really well. I like how Gears of War forced you to care about your team members, not just because they're set pieces in the mission and that's what you have to do, but they built a strong backstory and sense of kinship between your brothers in arms. If The Order 1886 is at its worst just a knockoff of the Gears of War series, it would still be a decent game. Number 5, Battleborn. When I bought a PC, one of the first games I downloaded was Dota 2, because I hear MOBAs are all that in a bag of chips. But then I started hearing about how mean and remorseless the community is, and I never even went online once. Also, those games are really hard to get into. There's so much micromanaging and having to pick your character based on what other characters picked, and just, it seems like a lot of work, especially if you're somebody that's just playing it casually and not trying to form a top-tier esports team. I'm also not too big of a fan of the isometric viewpoint where you're staring down at your character from the top. It just feels a little less personal, like your actions are you telling your character what to do, not you as your character doing it. When Gearbox announced that they were going to have a first-person MOBA arena shooter type thing that also has a story mode, my interest in the MOBA genre came back. The characters look interesting, at least the 5 that they released in the gameplay footage from a while back. Like, you get to play as a ninja mushroom, a ninja vampire, ninjas. But you also get to play as robots and elves, and it's just a weird bunch of fantasy genres mixed up into this one weird game that looks so fun. I can't wait to pick it up whenever it's released. Again, there's no release date. What you gonna do? Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat has been a staple in my group of friends for about as long as I could remember. If there was a Mortal Kombat game, we had it and we played it to obsession. So, with Mortal Kombat X and their next-gen graphics and interacting with the stages like you did in Injustice, I wonder why those mechanics are similar. It's almost like they were made by the same company. Wait a minute. And also, like any Mortal Kombat game, with its over-the-top, borderline satirical take on violence, just provides non-stop entertainment. And I look forward to getting my ass handed to me multiple times in that game. That's gonna change this time, Ponzi. I swear. I swear. Smoke will not be as overpowered as you make him seem. I will find a way to kill him, and you will lose. Number 3. No Man's Sky. This is another explory kind of space game, and I was excited for this ever since E3. I like worlds that I can get absolutely lost in, and this game looks like it will be the easiest one to do it in that I've played, maybe since Skyrim. With the endlessly procedurally generating universe, with planets to explore, new forms of life to discover, new forms of plant life to discover, and then you can go into space and fight people in your spaceship. Yeah, this sounds awesome. Not much has been said about the development other than details about things that we already know, like how they're going to do the complex life forms, how they're going to procedurally generate them, and that there's definitely going to be in-space combat because that was already shown off in the video. But other than that, not too much has been released about what's going on with this game. Hopefully we'll get more as the year goes on. Nevertheless, I'm still excited for this game. Number 2, Kingdom Hearts 3. After 10 years, 10 years, it's finally here. It's finally here, and it's not some weird number sequence thing that isn't in the sequence of 1, 2, and or 3, or some weird convoluted name bringing up like 30,000 other plot points that I have to wrap my head around. This is it. This is Kingdom Hearts 3. The legit 3. The reason why I'm so excited for this game is because I remember playing both Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 a lot. After beating Kingdom Hearts 2 and patiently waiting for news about Kingdom Hearts 3, and we finally get it 10 years later. Can I mention enough that it's been 10 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out? If not 10 years, it's been awfully close. The reason why this game isn't number 1 on my list, one, there isn't a lot really about it, and I'm so hyped for it on nostalgia alone, and I think a lot of people are like that. But also because they keep on pushing it back. We were supposed to have this game by now. We were supposed to have it May last year. We were supposed to have it December last year. We were supposed to have it December 31st. We were supposed to have it by the time I made this video. Ever since then, I heard that the game could be coming out in July. I heard that the game could be coming out in December. It heard that that date in December is just a placeholder for some date in 2016. Come on! Just finish the game and put it out. I don't care if it's crap. You will have my money. Don't worry, Square Enix. Actually, don't release a broken game, because if I waited 10 years for a pile of crap, there will be riots. Like, legit riots. Even if it's just me in the middle of the street, just kind of like throwing rocks aimlessly. It will be a thing. Riots will happen. And so, we come to number 1. Bloodborne for the PS4. I said I like Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls a lot. Actually, on the first Dark Souls game, I logged in maybe about 1,500 hours before Dark Souls 2 came out. And that was only having the game a little less than a year before Dark Souls 2 came out. Yeah, I like Dark Souls. I like Dark Souls a lot. When I hear that Miyazaki, the creative director for Dark Souls 1, and its predecessor, Demon Souls, wasn't on the team for Dark Souls 2. I was disappointed that Dark Souls 2 didn't have that key component and what brought a lot of pizzazz and life to Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls. Well, he wasn't on that team because he's been working on this since the DLC release for the first Dark Souls game early to mid 2012. So the past 3 years he's been working on this game. And I'll tell you what, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen a lot because I'm trying to go into this game as blind as possible because I think that's the best way to enjoy a Souls game. I shouldn't call this a Souls game because it's not a Souls game, but it does share a lot of common ground. For example, it's very minimalistic, has a lot of RPG tropes like customization and I shouldn't call this a Souls game because it's not a Souls game. It's not Demon Souls, it's not Dark Souls 3, it's not Blood Souls, it's Bloodborne. It's a completely different thing, it's a new thing, but I'm excited for it for the same reasons I would be a new Souls title. Like, it has the player customization, it has the minimalistic storytelling, it has the brooding atmosphere that just is very off-putting. It feels like you're going to get jumped by something, and it's definitely not going to be human. Well, in the previous Souls games, there was some sort of zombie curse. There is something similar to that in Bloodborne, but you turn into a freaking werewolf. Yeah! And instead of it being in a high fantasy setting, it's steampunk. And I like steampunk. And I like Dark Souls. I haven't played Bloodborne yet, but I want. And one more thing to definitely seal the hype. Transforming weapons class. I'm not sure if the transforming weapons class is a weapons class and not just the thing that weapons do in this game now. And also, just it's Miyazaki. Miyazaki is back. This is the reason why I wanted a PS4. I am currently in possession of a $400 Bloodborne machine. Yeah, the hype is real, folks. The hype is real. So there's my list of the top 10 most anticipated games of 2015. What did you think? What are you excited for? What are you not excited for? Let me know in the comments down below. And as usual, don't touch that clicker unless it's to subscribe for more PonZiTV. This has been Frido, signing off.